Green Bay Packers defeated the Dallas Cowboys on January 15, 2017 in the NFC Divisional Round. Dallas entered the game with the fifth highest scoring offense and the second highest rushing offense in the NFL. Dallas seemed determined to run the ball with running back Zeke inside and outside in order to open up the secondary for quarterback Dak Prescott. Dallas sputtered early after a few decent plays and were forced to go for a 50-yard field goal with kicker Dan Bailey. Aaron Rodgers, quarterback for Green Bay, entered the game with 285 completions with his last interception. The Packers hadn't turned the ball over in 5 games prior to this game. Star wide receiver Jordy Nelson, who had 1,257 receiving yards in the regular season, was out of the game with an injury to his ribcage. Rodgers was electric in the first half, seemingly charging down the field at will with limited time of possession due to the Cowboys' effective run game. Rodgers started the game 15-20 passing with 191 yards through the air. Elliott and company constantly found themselves behind the chains after failing to generate continuous production several times. Zeke started out strong, but Prescott struggled to complete the ball in several third and medium attempts. This led to several wasted possessions for Dallas. Rodgers was on fire in the first half, continuing to torch the Cowboys with a myriad of short, medium, and long throws. Dallas crippled themselves by committing 2 costly third down penalties in the first half. The Packers rolled over the Cowboys in their ensuing drive to take a 21-3 lead after a second touchdown run by Ty Montgomery. Green Bay opened the game with 3 straight touchdowns in truly dominant fashion. Zeke began to surge halfway through the second quarter with a big 15-yard run up the middle on 2nd and 5 that seemed to spark his berserker-like production for the rest of the game. The Cowboys continued to ride this wave on the drive with a 21-yard and 40-yard reception by Dez Bryant, with the latter resulting in a touchdown. This capped off a 75-yard drive that took only 1 minute and 34 seconds of game time to cut the Packers' lead to 11, 21-10, with 6 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in the first half. Green Bay went 3 and out to end the half and allowed Dallas a field goal to narrow the lead to 21-13 at halftime. Green Bay started the third quarter with urgency and managed to get in the end zone after only 3.5 minutes. Zeke answered back immediately with a 22-yard run on first down, straight up the middle. After a strong drive that brought Dallas into Green Bay territory, Packers safety Micah Hyde shifted the tide by jumping a screen pass and intercepting it halfway through the third. On the ensuing drive, Rodgers looked deep down the sideline and threw a pick of his own to Cowboys safety Jeff Heath, snapping their 5-game turnover-free streak. Entering the fourth quarter, Zeke had 16 carries for 90 yards. Dallas trailed 28-13 with possession at the Green Bay 40-yard line. Dak proceeded to go 5 for 5 on the drive and score a touchdown to Jason Witten to cut the Green Bay lead to 8, 28-20, with 11 minutes 35 remaining in regulation. Zeke got going as the next drive unfolded, after a Green Bay punt with several runs of 8+ yards, both outside and up the middle. The attrition started to show within the Green Bay defense, and the gaps began to widen for Zeke on the ground. The signature moment that epitomized Zeke's absolute dominance on the ground came with 4 minutes and 53 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, when he spun away immediately after receiving the handoff to avoid linebacker Clay Matthews and turned what should have been a tackle for a loss to a 7-yard gain. This paved the way for a goal line series that resulted in a touchdown to Dez Bryant from the 5-yard line. This score brought Dallas within 2 points of a tie, 28-26. Dak Prescott dropped back on the ensuing 2-point conversion attempt and scrambled up the middle, breaking a tackle in the process to tie the game at 28 apiece, 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in regulation. On the ensuing drive, Davante Adams went down with an injury after a 16-yard reception, severely crippling the Packers' already diminished receiving corps. Late in the drive, Aaron Rodgers looked deep down the sideline and threw another interception to Jeff Heath, but was waved off as pass interference by Barry Church, even though it was actually Anthony Brown. This resulted in the Packers moving into field goal range at the Dallas 35-yard line. The Dallas defense held stout on 2nd and 8, forcing a 6-yard loss on a stretch run to the left that pushed Green Bay to the edge of field goal range. After a failed 3rd and 13 pass, Green Bay lined up with Mason Crosby for a 56-yard field goal attempt. He nailed it to put Green Bay up 31-28. Dallas took the field with 1 minute and 33 seconds remaining and 1 timeout to try and tie the game once again. Prescott took the initiative and completed a 24-yard pass on his first attempt to move the Dallas offense near midfield. He followed it up with a 10-yard completion to veteran tight end Jason Witten to reach the Green Bay 40-yard line with 55 seconds remaining in regulation. Dallas quickly spiked the ball to stop the clock on first down. He found Beasley on the sideline for a 5-yard pass on the next play and inched Dallas closer to field goal range. After a failed pass attempt on 3rd down, Dallas was forced to line up with Dan Bailey for a 52-yard field goal to try and tie the game. He nailed it with 35 seconds remaining. Too much time.
I got something on my mind.
Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. Bad man.
Bad man.
He's a bad man.
On a 2nd and 10 screen from their own 25-yard line, Green Bay managed to gain about 15 yards and approach midfield before going out of bounds with 23 seconds remaining in regulation. Aaron Rodgers was immediately sacked on 1st and 10 during a blitz by safety Jeff Heath. After a failed 2nd and 20 attempt, Rodgers was looking at 3rd and 20 deep in Cowboys territory, with only 12 seconds remaining in regulation. In true bad man fashion, as Stephen A. Smith would say, Rodgers casually rolled out to the left and pinned a toe tap onto Jared Cook deep down the field for about 35 yards. This placed Green Bay at the opposing 31-yard line with only 3 seconds remaining in regulation. This miraculous pass set up a Mason Crosby 51-yard attempt to win the game, a walk-off 34-31 victory. Before the kick, Dallas head coach Jason Garrett attempted to ice Mason Crosby with his final timeout. It didn't work. Green Bay walked off with the road win after fending off what can only be described as one of the greatest attempted comebacks of all time. Dak Prescott is currently a frontrunner in the 2021 MVP race as the play caller for Dallas in spite of a catastrophic injury during the 2020 season. He currently has the 4th best odds to win the award 1/4 of the way through the season. Ezekiel Elliott is currently 3rd in the NFL in rushing yards during the 2021 season at the time of publication. Both of these players were rookies during his immaculate performance and have excelled in their careers since. This game was a glimpse to the future for these two, and both have lived up to the expectations they set during this 2017 playoff contest. Thanks for watching. As always, stay dangerous.
Sprinkle us.